The Florida Joint Center for Citizenship and the Commission on Local Debates presents the Florida State House of Representatives. You elected them, and they represent you. But what exactly do Florida State Representatives do? Well, let's start with the House of Representatives. The Florida House of Representatives is the lower house of the Florida Legislature. The House of Representatives is established in Article 1, Section 3 of the Florida Constitution. The chamber is comprised of 120 members, each of whom represents approximately 157,000 constituents. Each representative represents a single legislative district, which are drawn every 10 years according to population figures from the census. Since Florida has a part-time legislature where representatives are elected for 2-year terms with a maximum of 4 terms, the representatives meet for a 60-day legislative session every year to perform many of their duties in Tallahassee. While that may not seem like a lot, they are working throughout the year in their home districts as well. The general session usually begins sometime between late January and early March. The House is headed by the Speaker of the House, who is elected by the other representatives for a 2-year term. The Speaker presides over the chamber, appoints the chairs and members of committees in consultation with members of the majority party, and rules on procedural motions. While in session, representatives work with their staff to draft legislation and propose legislation to become law. Before the legislation can become law, it must undergo committee review, 3 readings on the floor of both the House of Representatives and the state Senate, pass with the appropriate majority, and be signed by the governor. Florida state representatives also have the power to propose amendments to the Florida Constitution, to create a state budget, and to impeach officials. The representatives also work in various committees while in session, dealing with topics ranging from education to government accountability, where they review and amend legislation to be passed on to a vote on the House floor. Committee activity begins the September before the regular legislative session starts so that representatives are able to work their bills through the legislative process and so that the regular legislative session is able to run as efficiently as possible. In total, the Florida legislature passes around 300 bills annually. When not in session, representatives continue to work closely with their constituents and learn about the issues facing their community so they are able to better represent the issues of their district when the legislative session resumes. Ultimately, Florida state representatives work throughout the year both in committees and during the regular legislative session to draft a state budget and create legislation that impacts the state of Florida. These tasks keep them busy throughout most of the year in pursuit of their primary goal, to represent their constituents and the state of Florida. Thanks for watching!